Why Nigerians must accept Supreme Court decision on presidential election? Cardinal Onaiyekan says. Hey, now wow. So why will Nigerians accept Supreme Court? We are currently at the tribunal level. The judgment is not out yet. And I know that no matter which direction it goes, it might get to the Federal Court of Appeal and finally to the Supreme Court, which is a long drag. We don't know how long that will take. We don't know how it will come. But I think this is the best time for the judiciary to redeem themselves. So so I don't know why, because I'm sure this man is suing for peace, just the normal way to sue for peace as a clergyman. But what we are saying is, I tell you, justice must prevail in this matter. John Cardinal Onaiyekan, the Archbishop Emeritus of Abuja, expressed surprise at the perceived underperformance of the federal government led by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu since assuming office on May 29. He remarked that the current state of affairs in the country is far from satisfactory, and that is true. Addressing the audience at the 10th convention of the Catholic Men Organization in Lagos Archdiocese, which took place at St. Gregory's College in Ikoyi, Cardinal Onaiyekan emphasized the importance of praying for Nigeria. He stressed that the relative peace currently experienced in the nation should not be taken lightly. Now, during his homily centered on the theme, fan into flames, the gift of God which is in you, Onaiyekan remarked, it is not unexpected that the newly triumphant government has struggled to perform effectively and has failed to gain the trust and collaboration of the majority of Nigerians. Commenting on the ongoing proceedings of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, Onaiyekan noted that the attention of the nation remains focused on the court. He stated the decision of the court on whether the election was valid and acceptable, or if they will confirm the viewpoint that many Nigerians or many people have held from the onset, stating that the announced election results were not credible. Onaiyekan also acknowledged the unfortunate delay in the court delivering their judgment, citing the adage, justice delayed is justice denied. Nonetheless, he emphasized the necessity to await the court's decision. The Cardinal stressed that the nation must accept the verdict of the Supreme Court, whether it is favored or not. As there is no higher legal authority, he concluded by saying, we will have to entrust everything into the hands of God. So that is the end point now. So the only reason Nigerians must accept is because Supreme Court is the highest court in the land, and after then, there's no other place to go. So whatever that comes out of Supreme Court, if the case is dragged up to Supreme Court level, must be adhered to and must be accepted, because we don't have any other country to go. It's our country. We must trust the judiciary and then trust everything in God's hands. Now, wow. Well, let's see how Nigeria will go. It is very easy if they uphold Tinubu government and the country is collapsing, then judiciary and everybody will be there to see the country collapse completely, and everybody will start all over again. That is if there be another country called Nigeria, because the way things are is obviously going to go back to a point where people will start breaking out again. That agitation to break out will never stop, because one Nigeria is obviously not working. That is the truth. So Cardinal Onaiyekan here in Lagos at Ikoyi, trying to deliver a sermon there, is trying to tell Nigerians that we must accept whatever Supreme Court says in the case of the judgment. But the good thing is that he had acknowledged that the government is struggling to grasp the governance, struggling to perform, but have obviously underperformed, and their underperformance is obviously not acceptable. That is the truth. They are struggling to grip the government, but they just can't, and they have failed. They have performed below Nigerian expectations and have failed to impress Nigerians, and their performance is far from satisfactory. Those were his words. It's a good acknowledgement, but at the same time, this government is a do-or-die government, and I'm sure even if tribunal says they lost, they will never hand over. Tinubu will never agree. I will never hand over. Rather, he will just set up a system to scatter the country once and for all. I know that he will do more than that. Yeah. So let me take a few comments here. People are reacting to what Cardinal Onaiyekan, Emeritus of Abuja Catholic Diocese, is saying. Somebody saying, sir, do you know which direction judgment will go in advance when Nigerian people are just only crying for justice to prevail? Yeah, he doesn't know. That is the truth. So it's even too early to make this comment that any direction the judgment goes, Nigerians should accept it. He's trying to appeal to Nigerians, but I don't know why he's taking that way. What are the tribunals still waiting for exactly? I don't know what they're waiting for. They should not be sleeping at this time, and they should still not be holding the judgment back at this time. Bishop, we will not accept if the judgment is manipulated. Already we know they want to manipulate the outcome. We have been accepting rubbish for too long enough. Too long enough is enough. We are ready this time. It is not over. Exactly. Exactly. Some say you have not tackled your home Nigeria challenges yet, vowing to settle Niger problem. Think well, oh, all eyes on the judiciary. Habi, it seems your generations haven't been during true suicide. Can you imagine? We are not anyhow people. Justice must be blind, but if it opens one eye to judge, we will not accept that. Exactly. This one are criminal in apostolic uniform. We will not accept rigged judgment no matter what. Exactly. Exactly. Anybody that didn't accept can commit suicide. This now is APC by God that has come out to say their view. Who has not accepted the legitimacy of this Tinubu's government? Only the opposition, the losers. Or is it because of the petition at the court? Can you imagine? Is there any election in Nigeria that the losers didn't go to court to challenge? Mischievous people, therefore, to be appealing to people to accept verdict of court on the matter. Can you imagine? So it's mischievous. So that Onaiyekan idea is mischievous. That is what you're saying. Your looks is an aberration to what you have upstairs. Can you imagine? Opposition party talking. Is when it is according to Nigerian law, not individual way of reasoning. That is true. That is if the law is allowed to take its course. Okay, the INEC to do the needful. The truth, as we all know, is always very bitter and blunt. The only thing entire Nigerians need now is the simple truth, and that is the only thing that will unite the country. God-fearing people come out and speak the truth and let Nigerians be free. Okay? We are told in the Holy Bible, say the truth and it will set you free. It will set Nigeria free. Yeah, so let the judiciary say the truth this time. That is what it means. Judiciary must say the truth. So that is what Cardinal Onaiyekan is saying, that we must accept this outcome of the judgment from Supreme Court, whether it favors or not, because that is the highest court in the land, and after then there is no other place to go. But at least before you get to Supreme Court, you have to go through Court of Appeal, and before you get to Supreme Court after now. But let's see how the case will go. But enough is enough. We cannot continue to accept fraudulent leaders with fraudulent practices and fraudulent processes. They all must change. So thank you for listening, and let's have a comment.